Hey guys, Sean here. Welcome to the F1 Word and to some big news coming from Aston Martin regarding 2026. Yes, after much speculation, it has now been confirmed that from 2026, Aston Martin will no longer be using Mercedes power and will instead be powered by Honda. Now, I'll briefly give you some of my thoughts on it all in a moment, but let's get the newsy stuff out of the way first, although there's not all that much to add, to be fair. And just a heads up, this will only be a short video because it's gone 3 AM here in the UK as I sit here and record this, and I'm about ready for bed. But anyway, a fairly brief presentation took place in Japan as Honda discussed its future motorsport activities, confirming it would become an F1 power unit supplier once again from 2026. Honda CEO Toshihiro Mibe said the decision to return was taken as the Japanese manufacturer sees motorsport as the perfect training ground for engineers and to develop technology and people, describing it as a laboratory on wheels. On top of that, F1's goals of reaching carbon neutrality align with Honda's own goals, and they say it will become a platform which will facilitate the development of their electrification technologies. Lawrence Stroll was also there. He took to the stage at the press event to explain that Honda is seen as the final piece of the jigsaw in establishing Aston Martin as a top team capable of winning world titles, adding that combined with its new campus, the team is being given everything it needs to win. He went on to say that with the 2026 regulations being a reset for power unit manufacturers, Honda's expertise and experience are the right match for Aston Martin. Honestly, that was pretty much the highlights, if you want to call them that, of the event, but I'm really looking forward to hearing more over the coming days about what this will mean for the team going forward. There we have it then. It's Aston Martin and Honda for 2026, the Japanese manufacturer returning to the sport full-time, joining Audi, who are partnering with Sauber, of course, as well as Ford, who will be working with Red Bull. Great stuff for F1, and it's so good to see so many manufacturers wanting to be involved in the sport when the new regulations kick in. It will also see the Silverstone team reunite with Honda, the two having worked together back in the Jordan days in the late 90s and early 2000s. Look, I think this is a very smart move by Aston Martin. Firstly, the team gets a works deal and full manufacturer backing, which, given the big leap forward this year and the ambition the team has for the future, is huge. It is often believed in F1 that the only way to really challenge for and win titles is to have the backing of a manufacturer and not be just a customer team. Hence, funnily enough, why Ron Dennis was so keen for McLaren to move on from Mercedes in 2015 and go to Honda. It will also give Aston a bit more freedom in car design, specifically at the rear, as they're not going to need to stick to the specifications of the Mercedes power unit. They can work more closely with Honda to try and make sure that the car and the power unit packaging are both as efficient as possible. This whole thing just makes a lot of sense, to me at least. Now, a lot of people will inevitably want to know what this means for Fernando Alonso's future, given how vocal he was about the, as he famously put it, GP2 engine powering his McLaren. And although nothing is guaranteed, I'm fairly sure that's not going to be an issue. Partly because it was quite a while ago now and things have moved on. You'd like to think everyone's got over that. But the more obvious point is that given the team won't switch to using Honda power until 2026, it is likely Alonso will have retired by that point. I say likely because, again, you never know. He may want to stick around a bit longer and check out the new regulations. We'll see, of course. What we have to remember as well, though, on all fronts, and not just the Alonso conversation, is that this is a very different prospect to the one offered up by Honda during those difficult years with McLaren. They've won races with Red Bull in every season they've been together, winning one Drivers' World title as the named engine supplier, a second Drivers' World title, and a Constructors' title as they played their part in the Red Bull Powertrains project. And let's face it, look on course to do it again this year. So they've come a hell of a long way, and all of that has got to be so exciting for Aston Martin and their fans. It's why I think this feels almost like a bit of a no-brainer for the team. We'll discuss this more across the Monaco weekend, I'm sure about that. Like I say, it's bedtime for me now, but I just wanted to get this out as quickly as possible after the news officially broke. So apologies if I've not gone into a bit more detail. Again, though, lots of opportunity to chat about it this weekend. All I'll say for now, though, is that I am super excited for this partnership, as I have been for the whole Aston Martin project, actually, and I can't wait to see how all of this works out. I mean, say what you want about Lawrence Stroll, but you cannot knock or doubt the guy's ambition. That is it for this brief news reaction video then, but let me know down in the comments section what you make of Aston Martin switching to Honda in 2026. Now, I will be back on Thursday with the Monaco Grand Prix preview, but before you go, please do leave a like on the video as it really does help the channel out. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content. But as ever, thank you for watching. I've been Sean, this has been the F1 Word, and until next time, goodbye.